Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the financial mumbo-jumbo behind the curtain. And let me tell you, today we've got a filing from Apollo Global Management that's got some interesting nuggets about how they're managing their assets and where they're headed. Get ready, because we're about to decode this, so you don't have to. Before we dive in, if you love getting these straight shooter breakdowns of company filings, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We also have a super active Discord community linked down below. It's the perfect place to keep the conversation going and ask your burning questions, so join us there. Alright, so Apollo Global Management is a big name in the investment world, and this report is mainly about disclosing some extra investor information. What Apollo does is basically manage money for a lot of people and institutions, helping them invest in all sorts of things like companies and real estate. Now, this filing we're looking at is an 8K, which is like a current report they have to file when something important happens. This one is mostly about telling people about a presentation Athene, another company that Apollo manages, has put out. This presentation is Athene, another company that Apollo manages, has put out. This presentation is focused on managing the risks and stress points of Athene's investment portfolio, essentially. They're showing investors how they're protecting the value of the money they manage, even when things get tough in the market. Think of it like this: Athene is a big piggy bank for investments, and Apollo is the one making sure that piggy bank is secure and growing, even if there's a storm outside. This presentation is their way of saying, hey investors, we know what we're doing, we've thought about the bad scenarios, and here's how we're prepared for them. It's all about building confidence. The date on this report is August 1, 2025. So we're looking at very recent information about how they're managing risk in their portfolio. It's crucial to remember that this report itself isn't releasing new financial numbers from Apollo directly, but it's pointing to a very important update from their subsidiary Athene. Apollo's common stock, traded under the ticker symbol RPK, is a key indicator of how the market views their overall business performance. However, this specific filing doesn't give us the nitty-gritty of their latest earnings, like revenue or profit. This 8K is more of a heads up that there's new information out there about risk management for Athene. It's interesting that they mention N for a former name or address, which suggests there haven't been recent significant changes in their corporate structure that require reporting here. It's a minor detail, but it does show a stable operational status for the reporting period. When we look at the types of securities Apollo has registered, like their common stock APOW and their preferred stock called APOA and their subordinated notes, APOS, it shows they use a variety of ways to raise money and structure their business. These different types of securities appeal to different kinds of investors and have different risk and reward profiles. Okay, so let's talk about what this means for investors and for Apollo. While this report doesn't give us profit or loss figures, it sheds light on how Apollo and its subsidiaries are thinking about the stability of their investments, specifically with Athene. Apollo's strategy often involves managing large Athene, so making sure those investments are robust and can withstand market shocks is absolutely critical to their whole business model. The fact that they're putting out an update on risk and stress considerations tells us a few things. First, they're being proactive in communicating with their investors about how they handle potential downturns. This is generally a good sign, as transparency builds trust. Second, it highlights the importance of risk management in their business model. If they can effectively manage risk for Athene, that translates to a more stable and predictable income stream for Apollo itself. They're essentially saying they're prepared for tough times, which, as we all know, can happen at any moment in the investment world, and Athene weapons of risk management. In their business model, if they can effectively manage risk for Athene, that translates to a more stable and predictable income stream for Apollo itself. They're essentially saying they're prepared for tough times, which, as we all know, can happen at any moment in the investment world. Now, my take on this is that while this filing is light on raw financial numbers like revenue growth or profit margins, it's heavy on strategy and risk management, which in the investment management world are just as important. If Apollo can demonstrate that their underlying businesses, particularly those they manage like Athene, are resilient and well protected against market volatility, then that's a strong indicator of their long-term viability and potential for consistent returns. Remember, Apollo makes money by managing assets, so the health and safety of those assets are paramount. The risk here is that if Athene or other managed entities don't perform well, or if their risk management strategies prove inadequate, it could significantly impact Apollo's reputation and its ability to attract and retain capital. On the other hand, the opportunity is clear if they continue to manage these complex portfolios effectively through market ups. And downs, they solidify their position as a top-tier alternative asset manager. In conclusion, this report is a peek behind the curtain at Apollo's focus on prudent risk management within its managed entities. It tells a story of a company that's acutely aware of market challenges and is actively communicating its preparedness to investors. This isn't about a sudden surge in profits, but about the underlying strength and stability of the assets they manage, which is the bedrock of their business success. Alright, that's our quick decode of this Apollo Global Management filing. What do you think about their focus on risk management? Does it make you more confident as an investor? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more of these deep dives into the world of finance. And don't forget to join our Discord community in the description for more discussions and to connect with fellow finance. And don't forget to join our Discord community in the description for more discussions and to connect with fellow finance. And don't forget to join our Discord community in the description for more discussions and to connect with fellow finance enthusiasts.